Yes, hi everybody, it's Jama here, and today, it's Tuesday here, October 2022. And yesterday I just had class with my English teacher, and she uh, uh, I think just like gave me some, just told me some like about psychology. The first is just stereotype. Did I pronounce it correct? Stereotype, and let me ask ChatGPT. And yeah, hi ChatGPT, how to pronounce the stereotype? Did I pronounce it correct? Stereotype. Is that right?
You're close. It's pronounced stereotype with
Stereotype.
emphasis on the first syllable. Give it another try.
Stereotype.
Perfect. You've got it.
Stereotype. Could you use a stereotype make example?
Sure, here's an example. It's a common stereotype that all programmers are introverted, but many are quite sociable.
Oh yes, that's correct. Like all people always think, okay, like programmers they are more like a introverted person and they don't like to talk too much, right? But actually it's not. At least for me, I have met a lot of programmers. They are just like everyone else. They like sports. They like run, like exercise, they like music, they like films. So it's just like everyone else.
Exactly. Stereotypes often oversimplify and misrepresent people. Just like everyone else, programmers have diverse interests and personalities. It's great that you've met so many who break the mold.
Okay, so there's one thing, and I just had English class with my teacher yesterday, and on the class, I mean, she just studied at psychology, and when she was in her high school, and I'm really curious about the psychology, but I haven't learned a little. I haven't learned it. So, and I asked her to just give me like a give me like some 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 teaching me some like a psychology. Yeah. So she gave me, yeah. So first, our first subject is stereotype, and okay. So definition. Okay, I read it like her sliders, okay, slides. Okay.
That's interesting. It sounds like your teacher is starting with how psychology relates to stereotypes, which
Yeah.
is a fascinating topic.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. Definition of stereotype. A stereotype is when we make a generalization, right? What's meaning it?
Exactly. A stereotype is a generalization or an oversimplified belief about a group of people. It's when we assume that all members of a group share the same characteristics, which can lead to misconceptions and unfair judgments.
How pronounce general? This word is kind of hard for me to pronounce. How pronounce it?
No worries.
Yeah.
It's pronounced general.
General.
Great effort.
Yeah, go
You've
ahead.
got it.
Go
Nicely
ahead.
done.
Go ahead. Generalization.
The whole word is generalization. Give it a try.
Generalization. Right? Generalization. What's the meaning of generalization?
Nice job. Generalization means making a broad statement or conclusion based on a few examples or limited information. It's similar to a stereotype, where we apply a specific characteristic to an entire group based on a few cases.
Okay, could you just use the generalization make example? Explain me like kids. Thank you.
Sure. Imagine you see a few cats and notice they like to nap. If you say, all cats love to nap, that's a generalization. You're making a big statement about all cats based on just a few you've seen. It's not always true for every cat.
Yeah, that's correct. So I mean, use generalization make example. I mean, in sentence. Thank you.
Sure, here's a sentence. Saying that all teenagers are glued to their phones is a generalization. Many enjoy activities away from screens.
Oh yeah, that's correct. And okay, so okay, let's back a little. That example is like saying all the programmers are introvert person, that is really stereotype. Some like actually most of the people, most of the programmers, they are like to hang out until their own time.
You're spot on. Saying all programmers are introverts is a stereotype. In reality, many programmers have diverse personalities and enjoy socializing in their own ways. Great example.
Yeah, but I prefer use generalization, this word.
Got it. Here's how you could use generalization. It's a generalization to say all programmers are introverts. In fact, many are quite social and enjoy various activities outside of work.
Okay, so I'll say that I'll say it by my own. Okay, so because I could memorize meanwhile. Okay, so okay, hard. This word is kind of a little bit hard. Could you teach me how to pronounce it? Break it down.
Of course.
Generalization.
Sure, let's break it down. General for the first part, then isation for the second. So, generalization. Give it a try.
Generalization.
That was great. You nailed the pronunciation of generalization.
Generalization. Okay, generalization. Okay, okay. Generalization is generalization. Generalization to say all programs are introverts. In fact, many are quite social and enjoy various activities outside of work. Okay, so that's great. Okay, so I'm gonna write it down. Hold on. Is general. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, do you have
Generalization. Take your time. Sure. Let me know when you're ready.
okay. Hold on. To
Got it.
say
Ready when you are.
mm,
Okay.
oh,
Generalization. Great. Do you want to try writing it down or give it another go?
I'm writing down right now.
Sounds good. Let me know if you need any more help.
Intros. Quite social and
Got it. Just let me know.
okay.
All right.
Okay,
What's
let's
next?
okay, let's move on. Okay, so okay, the definition that the teacher gives me is like a stereotype is when we make a generalization about the behaviors of the group and then assume that a member of that group will show that behavior. Okay, that's right. Okay, so a stereotype is a way of interpreter is interpret per, I mean interpreter is how just like it's translated to how people translate language, right? But is that correct? Is that right? Hello there. Hello there. Oh, what's going on? Is something wrong? Oh, it's ChatGPT has. What's going on? Oh, sorry guys. There's some ChatGPT. Oh my gosh. Relate. Yeah, just there's a stereotype is okay. Just the first is a stereotype. Stereotype is a way of interpret. I mean, interpreter is like a that word is a like describe a role or job, right? So just help people to understand each other, and I mean like if they speak a different language, right? Is that right?
You're close. An interpreter is indeed someone who helps people understand each other, especially when they speak different languages. They
Yeah.
translate spoken or signed language
Okay, so okay, there
terms from your.
okay, there's word is in interpreting. How pronounce it?
That word is pronounced interpreting. It's the act of translating spoken or signed language in real time.
Okay, so interpreting. Did I pronounce it correct? Interpreting.
Yeah.
Okay, so this phrase is a stereotype is a way of interpreting the word around us and can be considered a cognitive CONITIVE How to pronounce this phrase?
That phrase is pronounced. A stereotype is a way of interpreting the world around us and can be considered a cognitive schema. In this context, cognitive relates to mental processes, and schema refers to a structured framework or plan.
Okay, so I just curious like a cognitive schema, and could you explain it for me like a case, because I kind of I'm an English learner.
Absolutely. A cognitive schema is like a mental framework or blueprint that helps us organize and interpret information. For example, think about your schema for a restaurant. You probably expect a place where you sit down, look at a menu, order food, eat, and then pay. This schema helps you navigate the experience without having to relearn what to do each time.
Oh, I see. So once we build this schema in our brain, so we don't need to learn and change anymore, right? So we just do it automatically.
Exactly. Once we build a schema, it helps us automatically understand and respond to situations without having to relearn them. It's like having a mental shortcut that makes processing information quicker and easier.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so okay, I really again, I really so a stereotype is a way of interpreting the world around us and can be considered a cognitive schema. Is that right? Did I pronounce it well? Just give me some feedbacks. Thank you.
Sure, your pronunciation is pretty good. Here's a small tweak. A stereotype is a way of interpreting the world around us and can be considered a cognitive schema. Well done.
What's the meaning of cognitive? Could you explain me like a case? Thank you.
Certainly. Cognitive relates to mental processes like thinking, understanding, learning, and remembering. For example, when you solve a puzzle, you're using cognitive skills. It's all about how our brain processes information.
When I solve a puzzle, it's not based on my experience. Based on my experience. It's based on my cognitive.
Yes, that's right. When you solve a puzzle, you're using your cognitive abilities. It's about how your brain processes and analyzes the information, not just based on previous experiences, but on your mental skills.
How about just if I solve a problem, so like the design problem? I'm a designer, so did I based on I use it as because my experience. I'll just yeah, probably I copy. If there's a design issue, let me to fix it. Probably the first thing I will check out how others how they're doing, how they design it, and then probably I'll copy it and to adjust my a little bit my own attitude. Do you think that's based on like my cognitive or just my experience or my skills?
In that scenario, it's a skills help you analyze and adapt the designs you see, while your experience guides you in making it your own. It's a blend of learned knowledge, skills, and your ability to problem solve.
So I'm sorry, the connection is kind of poor. And could you say that again? Repeat it again. Thank you.
Of course, when you solve a design problem, it's a mix of cognitive skills and experience. Your cognitive abilities help you analyze and adapt what you see, while your experience guides you in making it your own. It's a blend of knowledge, skills, and problem solving.
I see. So I'm sorry, I don't want to say that again, but interpreting, could you use this make example? I mean, in real life, and how I can use this word.
No problem. Interpreting is used when explaining or understanding the meaning of something. For example, in real life, if you're at a museum and looking at abstract art, you might say, I'm interpreting this painting as a representation of human emotions. Here, you're explaining your understanding